Alright, Friday. Welcome back to the Virtual Y. Chance here with your weekly chair yoga practice. What you're going to need for this practice is a chair, your mind, and your body. And, bonus points if you have a yoga block or something, of similar shape and firmness, maybe a chunky book. But then again, you don't really need this one. This is an additional prop that we're going to try some stuff out with. So first, the main intersections I want to focus on today are going to be the shoulders, the heart area. It's going to include the neck. Because, wow, we have this lifestyle where we're very frequently have our shoulders rolled forward, our heart kind of closed off. Kind of a little hunch in our back or our thoracic spine there. So what we're going to focus on is just flexing the opposite muscles, because if we spend a lot of time over our devices or, sitting at a desk or driving a car, all of these shapes roll our shoulders forward. And this is really hard on our body over time. It affects our cardiovascular health, it affects our spinal health, and really just blocks up these very important intersections of our body, around our heart, our throat, our lymphatic system, our lymph nodes, all of this stuff. So just having a more free-flowing, open body and river system within our body. In yoga, they call that the nadis, the N-D-I-S. The nadis system, it's just a bunch of rivers, So imagine your body is just full of tens of thousands of these beautiful rivers, some of which have gotten blocked up or dammed up from our lifestyle, some of which have completely dried up and the areas associated to it have become deserts. This is happening in our body all the time. Internal, universal, environmental struggle within our body. So the point of this practice is to use our breath and use these poses to clear out the blockages in these rivers, to get the life force flowing, whether that's blood in your veins and arteries, or if it's electricity through your nervous system, or biochemicals and hormones through your endocrine system. We're just using these ancient techniques to bring about a better state in our body. So let's sit up tall, relax the shoulders, notice the low back. Is your tailbone poking back, or is it rolled under? Is your low back hunched forward, or is it overly arched? We just want to create a nice long low back. Notice the weight. Do you have it distributed in the left to right side of your seat? And can you make that a symmetrical distribution of weight? Lastly, let's relax the shoulders away from the ears. Picture the shoulders in a direct line with the ears, with the spine. You might want to tuck your chin a little bit and reach up tall through the crown of the head. So now that we're sitting up tall, let's bring our attention to the breath. Let's take deep inhales in through the nose and try to follow the breath all the way down to the bottom of the belly. Next, we breathe out, relaxing the shoulders, lengthening the spine, reaching up tall through the crown of the head. Big breaths. All the way in and out. Notice if there's anything shifting in the low back, in the shoulders, and the spine. So we're just breathing with our shoulders symmetrically level, so you can notice is one shoulder higher than the other. How does it feel in your body? Sit up tall. What kind of muscles engage to be sitting up tall? And we're going to use our bandhas here, our internal locks, to squeeze and lock down our internal world. So the first is the pelvic floor, the mula bandha, the root lock. We draw up and in on the soft tissue of the bottom, Squeezing all the way in, draw in and lock that pelvic floor in. Next, draw in on the belly button. As you're pulling in on that belly button, squeeze everything tight to give yourself a big hug. Your spine gets a big hug from these pelvic floor pulling up and in, and the belly button pulling in and up, drawing in your belly and, really supporting that spine. Big breaths all the way in and all the way out. See how that drawing in of those muscles really reveals where there might be tension. It also supports the spine and kind of awakens some of the tension that we've been holding on to. Big breaths all the way in and out. As the breath gets bigger, pay attention to really letting the breath out smoothly, without resistance, or with some resistance, without just dumping it out, but a nice controlled release on the exhales. It's going to do a lot to calm the nervous system. And you already might have noticed where tension is already present, where it's arising. So we're going to get into the first movement here. First, what we're going to do is bring our arms directly out to the sides. Palms facing the ground. You can look out to the right and look out to the left. And just do your best to have this, nice, symmetrical, even from left to right. And keep reaching the arms wide. Now, what happens when you reach even further than that? Where do you start to feel stuff lighting up? Just in that shoulder girdle. Is your arm bone in the shoulder socket, or is it slipping out a little bit? And that's all good. Whatever you feel, just notice it and take a couple breaths. Where might you find even more tension when you're bringing the breath all the way in and all the way out? Are your arms getting tired? Are you feeling heat, resistance, pressure? Anywhere in your shoulders? Keep on reaching even more space between the fingers. Good. If you need to let your arms rest, you can bring the arms all the way down. Just take a big breath in. Give yourself a little break. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the shoulders up toward the ears. And exhale them down and back, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, pull them down and back. Let's do just a few more of these, kind of waking up these shoulder blades, the collarbones, the shoulder socket. Oh, good. I'm going to bring the arms out to the sides again. This time we're going to do a little rotation. So the palms are going to face forward. On your exhales, face the palms down. Inhales, face the palms forward. Exhale, face the palms up. Notice this rotation of the shoulders. Inhale, palms face forward. Exhale, palms face down. Try to find space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, palms face forward. Exhale, palms face up. Inhale, palms face forward. Exhale, palms face down. One more cycle. Inhale, palms face forward. Exhale, palms face up. Inhale, palms face forward. Exhale, lower your arms down. Good. Alright, so this next one, you have the option to use the block. I'm going to demonstrate without the block first. You can take a couple shoulder shrugs. Keep the breath flowing rich. Notice what this activity that we've been doing with the shoulders is already revealed in your body, especially when you're breathing these big, full breaths. Where are the lungs pressing into? Where is there massaging or relief taking place? Next, we're going to bring our arms straight forward. I want you to pay attention to the length of your spine. Think of your tailbone stacked right beneath, your shoulder blades stacked right beneath your head, the crown of your head. So your ears and shoulders are in line, your back is in alignment. We're going to floss the shoulders a little bit here. So on your inhales, reach as far forward as you can. Feel the arms kind of slide out of the shoulder sockets. And on the exhales, pull them back in. Pretend that you're squeezing a block between your hands so that there's some force there. Your inhales, arms reach forward. The exhales, pull the shoulders back and in. I'll do this from the side so you can kind of see. Inhales, reaching forward. Exhales, pulling the shoulders back and in. See how my spine is staying in the same place, but my arms are reaching forward. Pulling back, pulling the shoulder blades in towards each other. Connect to that breath, connect to the long spine. Keep that symmetry in your seat. Just take a couple more. Notice what heat there is. What discomfort there might be. And just observe it. Come back to center, give those arms a break. Notice what the shoulders feel like as we moved quite a bit around. Take some full breaths. Long spine. Notice the belly and the upper chest expanding. Thorough exhale. Soften, relax. Keep the neck long by tucking the chin a bit. Keep the shoulders relaxing away from the ears a bit. Gratitude for your body. Good. We're going to do that same practice again. If you have a block, we're going to put some pressure between our palms as we hold our arms forward, rotating your shoulders outward to really feel that squeezing between the block. Your inhales, reach the arms forward, let them slide out of the sockets a bit. And exhale, pull straight back. More pressure you place on that block. And if you don't have a block, more imaginary pressure you can place between your hands. Notice that external rotation of the shoulders. Last one here. next inhale, we're going to reach arms straight up overhead. If you're holding a block, keep that pressure between the block. Keep the shoulders externally rotating. Keep the spine long. As you breathe from the belly all the way to the upper chest, notice the heat. That heat transforms. First it's uncomfortable, but then as you observe what it's doing, you see that it's opening these block channels. Let's take one more big inhale here. And you can lower the arms very smoothly. Good. Now that we've got some heat, some awareness flowing through, we'll sit up tall, shrug the shoulders a few times. Just notice what has awakened. You see all these different connections in front of your shoulders, back of your shoulders, your neck, your throat, your spine, your heart, all interacting with each other in the same geographical, anatomic space. Okay, next we'll do another shoulder stretch. Stretch the other side of your movement. Shoulder can move in so many directions. You should just take a couple circles clockwise and counterclockwise with each arm, elbows bent. Just notice all the directions your shoulder moves, can move. Notice where it's comfortable, where it's uncomfortable, where there's vitality, where there's blockage. Just exploring these spaces in our body and naturally just opening them up to repair, heal, be more efficient. Good. On your next inhale, let's bring the right hand up overhead. Bend that right elbow. Take the left hand, bring it up and over to grab onto that right elbow. Sit up tall, try to be symmetrical in your spine. Root down through that right side of the seat and lean the torso to the left. Press the back of your head into that forearm or elbow. And breathe all the way from your belly, or even lower than your belly. Can you breathe down into your pelvis and fill the lungs all the way up to the top? Smooth, controlled exhales. Notice any tingles, any resistance. Keep relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. On your next inhale, reach both arms wide. Just take some little circles in the shoulders. Feel all these muscles you might have forgotten about. Notice where there's discomfort. Notice where there's heat, tingling, numbness. Powerful practice, powerful poses, but you don't have to overdo anything to know that something's happening. Observe what you feel. Your next inhale, reach the left hand overhead. Bend that elbow. Reach the right hand up. Capture that left elbow. Lengthen the low back. Root down to the left side of the seat. And lean that torso toward the right. Press the back of your head against that forearm and elbow. Deep, full breaths. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Approach any discomfort with patience and curiosity. See what happens to that discomfort through the course of a full breath. And if you find that discomfort transforming, changing, or lessening through the course of the breath, keep breathing. Imagine your rivers opening up, unblocking. On your next inhale, reach both arms wide. Relax the shoulders down. Bring the hands to the knees, palms facing the sky. Sit up tall. See how your body has changed through your efforts already. Notice how do your fingers feel, your wrists, elbows, your upper arms, your shoulders, your chest, your heart, your neck. Notice how your breath has changed. How much more space you have between your ribs to expand the lungs. Notice how the size of your breath changes and explores the pelvic floor, way down the sacrum, the low back there. Take one more shoulder stretch here. Because of all the different directions the shoulder can move, all these different stretches impact, stretch, and strengthen various muscles in the movement of our shoulders. So we'll take eagle arms. Left arm makes an L with the elbow like that. Wrap the right hand underneath, wrapping at the elbows. If this is what you're capable of, squeeze your elbows together till you feel those shoulders active. Option to try to wrap at the wrists if that's available. Bring the palms towards each other. Sit up tall, symmetrical. Lift your elbows to the height of your shoulders and push your hands away from your face. lengthening from the low back. Let's breathe into this space. What muscles are flexing? What muscles are stretching? Where is the discomfort showing up? We don't need extreme discomfort, just gentle discomfort. So we can breathe and explore. Take one more big inhale. Thorough exhale. On your inhale, reach your arms wide. Setting up the second side. Making an L with the right elbow. Wrap the left elbow underneath. Option to wrap at the wrists. Lift the elbows to shoulder height. Push your hands away from your face. Notice where there might be tenderness. You don't have to push anything too hard. Just breathe and observe. Next inhale, reach your arms wide. And bring your hands back to the center. Shrug your shoulders a bit. Notice any draining, any tingling. Really notice the spaces, the muscles that were the loudest during that stretch. And take note if these spaces are tense and tight. That means to do these stretches often. Stretch and breathe. Work on these spaces that are blocked off. I'm going to take a twist and wrap up the practice here. Let's take your left hand to your right knee. Bring your right hand to either the side of your chair or to the back of your chair. Look out over the right shoulder. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Keep your hips pointing forward, knees pointing forward, chest pointing to the side. Big breaths, the length of your spine. Come back to center, unwind, nice and slow, see what shifted. Take your right hand, place it on your left knee. Capture the left hand onto the chair, wherever you can. Twist the torso, place the chin toward the left shoulder. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. And breathe. Fill all the way down, beyond, past the belly. As you exhale, explore your ability to twist. On your inhale, come back to center. Sit up tall, reach vertically through the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders, deepen the breath. Palms can face the sky. We're just going to spend a minute observing the work we've done in our body. Might feel just worked. Might feel like it's still working. Might feel like it's transforming, tingling, trembling. Notice these spaces in your body. Because you've began a chain reaction through these practices that'll be with you through the rest of the day. These rivers are flowing better. Sometimes to spaces they haven't flowed to in a long time. So notice that. Throughout the day, check in on your body, your spine, your breath. In gratitude, remembering that through balance comes healing. We spend so much time in our head and not thinking of our body at all. And our body deserves just a little bit more spotlight. Maybe a lot more spotlight. But start little by little, and you'll see. Namaste, everyone. Have a happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again.